This is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
When you go to the website, herbalhealthreview.com, that's where all the information is that we're talking about. I published it, so later you can go to that website, or you can go to it right now. You can open up another tab on your computer, and you can go to herbalhealthreview.com. And if you were on herbalhealthreview.com, then you would click on Discoveries in Health. That's all these broadcasts, over 100 of them, and with screen capture, tutorials, and that's under Discoveries in Health. So just know that there's all this information that is available to you, and that's herbalhealthreview.com, Discoveries in Health. When you get there, it'll give you the choice of dialing in by telephone to this conference that goes for 2 hours. And we usually have Doc Miles with me, a naturopathic doctor from Texas, about 25 miles outside of Austin, Texas. And he does a lot of diagnostics. So if we really need some diagnostic information to get to a difficult problem, we just call Doc Miles. And he's an interesting man. I don't know if he's here today, or his associate, a naturopathic doctor also, that has also joined us here. But I don't know if Dr. Miles has had a chance to join us here today. But we'll talk. We'll tell you more about him and the services that he offers, because he really helps a lot of people. So, and that's what this is. This is a resource. This is a discussion. We're talking about natural remedies and how to use them and how to get a hold of them and go directly to the manufacturer and save money and get a discount. That's what we're talking about here. Not only how to use them, but how to get them, because that's very important. We've got to watch the budget. I'm a minister under a vow of poverty, so I have to watch the budget. And there's one thing you can do on that herbalhealthreview.com. When you get on that Discoveries in Health tab, that's where all the information is about these conferences, and the videos are at the bottom of Discoveries in Health tab. All these videos, so you can go back later next week. And you can look at last week's videos and the weeks before that. Over 100 videos that are explaining all this information and all these resources and how to improve your health. That's what we're talking about here. How to improve your health. People are calling us back and telling us they don't have fibroid tumors anymore. Am I claiming cures? No. They're telling me. I'm claiming that the Most High, that the Lord does the healing. And if you are walking the walk and keeping the faith, well, you can expect miracles. And that's what we do here. So, we talk about these miracles. And people who don't have fibroid tumors and don't have cancers and don't have diabetes within 3 to 6 weeks. And I talked with Brittany over there at betterhealthherbs.com. And I'm going to get to this citrate in a minute, okay? Because I do have to answer your question. But I want to explain who we are, what we're doing here. This is a not-for-profit. I get $300 in donations per month to run this ministry, which is not enough. I'm always begging for more donations so I can help the poor, because mainly the people that I help by the hour, I do it for nothing. And I'm not asking you to pat me on the back, or tell me my reward is in heaven. I'm not asking that. What I'm asking you to do is to understand that this is a ministry. We need your donations. We deserve your donations because we help the poor, and we help a lot of the poor all the time. And it leaves us in a position where we just don't have enough resources. So please, when you're on that, herbalhealthreview.com, the only thing you can do there besides avail yourself of all that information is to make a donation of any size, which we deeply appreciate. And if you can't make a donation, we're going to help you anyway. We always do. We always have. So that's who we are. I'm Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. I'm a graduate ethnobotanist and phytotherapist with 2 PhDs, and I'm a graduate master herbalist, chartered herbalist, master of herbology. I'm an ordained minister and a certified bishop, and that means that I just love the Lord, and I love helping people, and I've gained a great deal of knowledge, and I want to share it with you. I want to show you how to grow old gracefully, without pain and suffering, and be comforted, because the Lord wants you to be comforted. Above all else, I wish you prosperity and health, even as thy soul prospereth. So let's get started here and answer that question. So we talked about how to get all this information and look at the videos, but I want to look at calcium. I'm going to go over now to this not-for-profit, and I'm going to drop this in the screen because I'm doing a screen capture. Oh, come on over here. Okay, did I do it? Nope. Okay, then I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to open this tab, and I'm going to come over here and minimize this. This is a real situation here because we are live worldwide. There's even an international, and I want to show that to you quickly. See, we are live worldwide, and you can join us over the telephone, internationally, locally or internationally. You can join us over the telephone. You can join us over uberconference.com over your computer, and you can join us in Google Hangouts. And then below that are all these videos. 105 videos of me doing exactly what I'm doing right now, but you're looking at it. So all these videos are available later, and I want to make that real clear because it's a lot of work to make these videos and create them, and they're free. All of these videos. And there's also another 300 videos available on that same website under Dr. Burst Live Consults. Now, finally, I apologize for not getting to that sooner. But now that we've done that, now let's minimize that and take this and look over here. Now here we are. Now we're looking at a betterhealthherbs.com website, and we're looking at calcium and magnesium. So the question is magnesium. Really, with calcium and magnesium, you want a chelation, yes. You want it to be, let's take a look at their number, if I recall this. I usually remember all these things. I don't know how I do it. 2455, and bring it up. And now we're going to look at, a product called Nice Bones. It's Nice Bones, and I'm going to click on that Nice Bones. There's 250 tablets, 250 of them. Let's take a look at them because these are high-tech, doctors-only type products. You can't get this kind of a quality. If you go to Walmart, you're not going to be able to buy that. But you can get it right here. And it's number 2455, Nice Bones formula. And it's got vitamin D, ergocalciferol is what it's made from. And I think I've got an open mic here that's getting a little noisy, so I'm going to close that mic. And I got an incoming call. and I'm going to let that person know. Yes, we're doing a worldwide broadcast right now. Can you join us over the telephone or over the computer? Hello. Whoa, I lost that person. Okay. Uh, okay. So we're talking about calcium and magnesium and the high tech, high quality. It's got to have some vitamin D with it. Well, this is a good quality vitamin D, and it's got 1,000 IU's in when you're taking 3 tablets. And the best time to take that calcium and magnesium is before bed, because that's when your body wants to assimilate calcium and magnesium and really get it, and it'll stop restless leg syndrome. It'll get rid of cramps. You'll have a better night's sleep when you get about 3 calcium and magnesium tablets. And this is again made with vitamin D, ergocalciferol. It's also with calcium carbonate, citrate, aspartate. So this is multiply chelated. You are really going to absorb this. It's the one I take. And then the magnesium is a combination of magnesium oxide, citrate, aspartate. So once again, multiply chelated so that you're going to absorb everything. Then the ratio is when you're taking 3 vegetarian tablets before bed, that is you're getting 1,200 milligrams of calcium and 600 milligrams of magnesium, and it's all high tech. So that's the calcium and magnesium that I use. Now, I am a real high magnesium kind of a person. I really need a lot of magnesium. So I additionally have to go and go to their search box over here and type in magnesium, because and take some extra magnesium before bed as well, because I need a lot of magnesium. So I'm taking 3 of those. Then, and that's called Nice Bones, number 2455. Where do you get all of these products? Anything that we're talking about here, it's available. You can call 541-791-8400. Anything we're talking about. These are, and they'll give you a discount. They're very nice people. They are the manufacturers and the distributors, and it's all high-tech, doctors only. They've got a multiple vitamin that has 415 all organic ingredients in it, and they call it Intramax. Now, I get nothing from the sale of any of these products. I invented all of the natural remedies that they create. I'm the inventor of them. But because of the hostile, evil posture of our government, the FDA, I don't dare take any money from the sale of any product because they hauled me into court and made it clear that I shouldn't do that, and I proved that I never did. And when I did that, the federal judge told the FDA to leave me alone. So they do. Now they just attack my family. And that's going on now for 4 decades, 40 years. Yes. Dr. Miles, bless you, brother. There you are.
Yep.
So we're talking.
I'm sorry I was late. I was late getting home today because of the rain, so I just wanted to call in and say hello and tell everybody online hello. And I've had very busy days, and so that's a good thing.
Yes. Well,
support from Brittany, and I'm going to get her to make my joint support the next time that I need joint support. So she does a magnificent job. Everything she makes is top drawer stuff. I'm telling you for sure.
Exactly, and that's the folks that we're talking about there. I'm going to give you a couple of telephone numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from Doc Miles, an absolutely wonderful humanitarian. And I say that because he's a naturopathic doctor that really knows his stuff. And so what we're talking about right now, Doc, is we're talking about calcium and magnesium, and a good quality calcium and magnesium supplement. And we've got a lady on the line, and this is all tied together. She wants to know about, and if you want to take extra magnesium, because I have to. And so I'm going to take a look at here. I've got the screen capture going, and I'm going to magnesium, and let's see if I spelled that right. I probably did. And I'm going to take a look at a high-tech magnesium, and then you and I should talk a little bit about what this lady is, because I think she's really talking about dealing with high blood pressure. Is that right? Is that am I talking about? Is that what you're talking about, young lady?
Yes, I was told. In fact, I had someone recommended that I buy a bottle of magnesium chelate, and I'm not on any blood pressure medicine, but sometimes my blood pressure elevates. But they told me that would be a good pill to take to keep it, at the normal levels. So I wanted to ask you if magnesium chelate is a good pill to take.
Yes, it is.
Take the magnesium. It is a good pill.
Yes, and that's why I'm talking about. And then if there's a product number 2414 that is magnesium. Now, this magnesium that they have there at betterhealthherbs.com. Betterhealthherbs.com. And again, here's the phone number. 541-791-8400. That's 541-791-8400. So when we're talking about calcium and then magnesium, and again, I need extra magnesium. This magnesium, it is, where am I at here? Magnesium citrate. And the supplement facts on it has, you take 3 tablets. It has protease, bromelain, amylase, that's more of a digestive enzyme, cellulase enzyme, papain. I think that the information about this product is not accurate on there, and needs to be checked, because I think that that's a digestive enzyme. So the ingredients are sorbitol, other calcium carbonate. This is not the right ingredients, but I know it's a magnesium citrate is what it is. And it does have 400 milligrams in it per dose, and the dose is 3 capsules. So there's 2 ways then you can get the calcium and magnesium, called Nice Bones, number 2455. You can get the magnesium citrate, and I'm sure they'll fix that page because there's something wrong with it. And now, Doc Miles, we're talking then about really the core problem here that the caller is talking about is high blood pressure. Is that correct?
Yes.
So let's bring up information about high blood pressure. And Doc Miles, do you have any suggestions about high blood pressure?
Well, it depends on what her triglycerides are. If her triglycerides are elevated, she's going to have high blood pressure. So if she did a lipid panel to see what her cholesterol is, if her triglycerides are really elevated, then you're going to have high blood pressure no matter what you take. Okay, until you take the omega DHA, which is very, 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 very good to bring down the triglycerides. You get your triglycerides down to about 90, and your blood pressure issues go away. It's amazing how it works, but it really does, because your omegas, you have your EFAs, and you got your DHAs. The DHA is the one that's targeted to reduce your triglycerides in your lipid panel. I see this every day, and probably 85% of people that have blood pressure issues, their triglycerides are elevated, so you need to check that out. And because I sell about a case of that DHA every week because people need it, and it's a great omega, omega DHA. It's a really good product.
So there you go. So now what would have to happen then is you would find out, number one, that you need these tests to um, to, to to pinpoint the problem for sure. And so that's where you would call Doc Miles on the telephone, and and Doc Miles' telephone number is, I wrote it down here. I can do this. There it is. His telephone number is 512-868-9867. That's 512-868-9867. And you would call him up on the telephone, and then he could tell you how you can get this information, where you can determine the cause. Because once we determine the cause, then we know what to do. Isn't that right, Doc?
That's right, because our blood chemistry tells us what is out of the range. Now, you can be within the medical range, from the medical doctors, but when I run the report, I tighten it up to the nutritional parameters. That way, I'll see a lot of things that are higher, a lot of things that are low, and a lot of things that are normal. But it depends. When one thing is high and one thing is low, it can cause another problem. And so through the blood chemistry reports, we can find issues that medical doctors don't even have a clue. They'll call me and say, how did you come up with this? They just can't believe it. The patient got well, and they can't believe it. They just want to know how. But they're not interested in doing it because that's not what they do. They're legal drug pushers, legally. So that's a pretty sad situation, but that's the way it is in America.
Yes, sir. That is exactly the way it is here, and but it's big money for them. See, they're in the keep you sick and make money business. That's it. And they don't really care. They'll chemotherapy you to death or whatever instead, and it's not right, folks. You need to know there is an option. There are lots of options, and here they are that we're talking about them, because these things work. This is not where you have to take something, a drug, after drug after drug for the rest of your life. This is where you find out about how to deal with the problem, fix it, so the body can go back to work again, just as the Lord intended, and the body heals itself, and you learn about these natural remedies that we're looking at here, like that Nice Bones, calcium and magnesium product, making sure that you're getting natural sweeteners. And I'm looking at a report right now that describes all of that, so that you can know, and later on you can look at this. You can look at this video that we're making right now, and when you look at this video, it'll remind you of exactly what we said, and you can play this video over and over again. This video will be on Discoveries in Health tab when you go to the website herbalhealthreview.com, herbalhealthreview.com, and you click on Discoveries in Health tab, and at the bottom you will see this video that we're making right now, where I'm looking at a report on herbalhealthreview.com, that website. I'm on herbalhealthreview.com website, and I've clicked on common conditions, and I'm looking at the high blood pressure report. And next week, when you pull this video up on that herbalhealthreview.com website, when you pull that video up, you're going to be looking at exactly what I'm looking at and talking about, because high blood pressure it's a popular issue among a lot of Americans across the country, and the fast lifestyle of fast food, soda, and stress. It's starting to catch up with the average American. Our diets aren't perfect. They need to be. We need to find out about some making lifestyle changes, which there's a whole nother report here on this herbalhealthreview.com that gives you the perfect diet, gives you guides you to delicious recipes. Anyway, there's answers here, because the average American, it's so estimated, one in every three Americans, has high blood pressure. This puts them at risk for heart disease, stroke, and even kidney disorders and kidney disease. And even more, this high blood pressure, this condition is costing the U.S. $93.5 billion in healthcare services every year. So first, let's change our diet and go and look at that Make Lifestyle Changes diet that's on that herbalhealthreview.com page, herbalhealthreview.com. And that's where you're going to see the diet that's going to change your life. It's going to give you energy. It's going to be the answer. Your digestion is going to work. Your liver is going to go back to work. Your kidneys are going to be able to handle the toxins when you go on this diet. And so that's very important, is knowing a delicious diet, and it's called Make Lifestyle Changes. It's on herbalhealthreview.com. And but we're talking about high blood pressure, but that's the key to it. That's where you're going to end up, and then you're not going to have to take any medication, no more herbs, for high blood pressure once we get things going. Many foods and dietary factors affect blood pressure. High sodium diet, lots of salt, increases blood pressure in some people. The less salt or sodium you eat, the better blood pressure control you might have. Even if you're taking blood pressure medications. So, and there are safe sweeteners that are listed here in this report. And every product that's listed, you can click on it, and it'll take you over. If I'm looking at stevia leaf, a natural sweetener, I can click on stevia leaf, and it takes me over to the website, betterhealthherbs.com, and I'm looking at the product, stevia leaf, and I'm saying, oh, how much is an ounce of this sweetener called stevia that is safer than sugar, and it comes out of Paraguay and India is where we're getting it these days. Organic stevia leaf, about $10.70 an ounce, and then you can get a discount on that because they give everybody a discount. They're really nice. That's 541-791-8400 is their phone number at betterhealthherbs.com, and I'm looking at a natural sweetener. And you can not only get the stevia leaf, you can get the stevia leaf green powder. You can get xylitol, which also mineralizes the teeth, and it's made from corn cobs, and it looks like sugar, that tastes like sugar. So there's lots of natural, no sugar sweeteners available. And then let's make sure that you're getting lots of nuts and seeds and legumes, and if you eat meat, lean meats, and always organic whenever possible. Please organic poultry and all these things, but always have a whole food plant-based diet. So that means you're gonna get these nuts and these seeds. That's whole foods. That's plant-based. That's legumes. If you're going to have some meat, let's make sure you're getting some vegetables. Looks like we've got an incoming call. Let's see who's calling us here. Yes, hi. We're doing a conference right now. Can you join us over your telephone or over your computer in the conference?
I can listen in for a minute.
Okay, 503-606-6064.
All right.
Okay, 503-606-6064. Thank you. Bye for now.
Okay.
All right, so
Truman?
Yes, go ahead.
Truman?
Yes.
We were talking a while ago about the medical doctors just putting you on drugs all the time. There are a few medical doctors today that are waking up and realizing that drugs are killing people. They don't know what to do because they never studied nutrition in medical school, and so they depend on us. I mean, I have several medical doctors that send patients to me because they don't know what to do, and people do not want to take the drugs. They don't have the knowledge in nutrition that you and I have, but they're at least starting to open up and realize that, hey, there could be a better way, okay? And you'll never find an old medical doctor that believes in the drugs, because they take their drugs and they don't live that long. So they usually retire when they're really into drugs. They retire at an early age, so they spend all their money before the drugs kill them. Okay, so you never ever find an old medical doctor that believes in the drugs. That's one thing to always remember.
Isn't that the truth? Wow. Wow.
They're opening. Some of them are opening their eyes now and realizing there could be a better way, but they don't know what to do. That's why they're sending people my way in Texas, for sure, around Georgetown and Austin, to help them get over, their issues like high cholesterol. They'll put them on statin drugs. Well, I saw the study last year that the medical groups did, and they haven't released it yet. But if you take a statin drug, 80% of the people that take statin drugs end up with Alzheimer's every time. Every time.
Yes, that.
So we have the natural lipid support that I put them on. Even some heart doctors in Austin, they will send people to me saying they don't want to take the statin drugs, so you go see Dr. Miles in Georgetown. He'll put you on a natural product, and it comes down, boom, in 90 days. It's amazing. It's just amazing. So what we do, we have studied for years to learn the ins and outs of what really works in the human body. God made our body to heal, like you said before. We just have to give it the right products for the body to work on to do the healing process. It's amazing what it'll do. Anytime you cut yourself and you start bleeding, all the little cells have a communication with each other that says, hey, we got to go down there and stop that bleeding. So they go down there and coagulate the blood so they don't lose life. Okay? And it's just amazing how the body knows what to do and when to do it to preserve life. So it's pretty amazing. The human body is amazing. Every day I'm just really, truly more amazed and more amazed of how people are healing because of the things that we're doing.
To unmute yourself, press the star key twice.
Explain to them how it works, what they need to do, what they need to eat, and what they need to stay away from, so they can heal. And when they heal, they get better, and they come back in and say, thank you for saving my life. Wow, what a statement that is to me, because it just melts my heart when I hear that every day. I hear it almost every day. You can ask Shirley or anybody else that works at the clinic there, and they will tell you the same thing. We hear it every day from somebody. So, God is good to us. We just have to learn how to use what He gave us.
Mute.
I couldn't agree with you more. That you hit the nail on the head. So and that's what this is all about, is to share this information, make it available to you. You can call and get the products. And I swallowed some water down there while I was trying to breathe, and you're not supposed to do that. So excuse me while I take another sip. Okay. So it's so important that you know all of this information that's available to you, and that you know and understand that Dr. Miles is available to you. And again, when you call Dr. Miles, he does something different than any doctor I know. He only charges $100 one time. Then after that, he doesn't charge you to get well. He stays with you and doesn't charge you another fee to help you. Well, I'm sure it costs reports and products that he has. You need to pay for those, but he doesn't charge you an office call. $100 one time. I don't know of anybody else who does that, Doc, and that's a very humanitarian thing to do. So bless you for that. And now, you know what I should do quickly is that I should bring Brittany on the line if I can get her, because Brittany created a new product kit for diabetes. But before I do that, I want to finish quickly about that report that we were looking at with high blood pressure. So I'm going to bring that report back up here. So we talked about, fiber is going to help to bring down high blood pressure. So there's Truman's Fiber Special with bentonite clay. That's a great fiber product. If you have hypertension with associated headache, you want to look at a combination of hawthorn, yarrow, cramp bark, valerian root, and wood betony. If there's hypertension, high blood pressure associated with headache, that's a combination of herbs. Now, all of this is listed on the internet, herbalhealthreview.com, under common conditions, under high blood pressure, and you'll go down, you'll see this report. And whenever it's talking about an herb or a product, you click on it, it takes you over to betterhealthherbs.com, that's Brittany Haywood. And it looks like I got a calling, and don't know which one or why, but that was interesting. Okay, okay, I heard a phone ringing. That's but there's another formula, because if you don't have high blood pressure with associated headache, well then if you have here's a possible remedy for hypertension with heart palpitations. That's with hawthorn, yarrow, cramp bark, valerian root, and motherwort. And then another thing that is very useful in high blood pressure is an herbal tea made with pau d'arco bark, and you can get it regular or you can get it spice. And the spice is raspberry, ginger, and it tastes delicious. And some cinnamon in it. But if you don't like any of those herbs in it, well, then you can get it just plain pau d'arco bark, and that's daily health tea. Now, that's a rainforest herb, and it helps with the blood and blood pressure and malaria and anemia and colitis and respiratory problems and colds and cough and flu and fungal infections and fever and arthritis and rheumatism. And even pau d'arco bark, they use it in the jungle of Paraguay and South America, throughout there, Argentina. They use it for snake bite. They use pau d'arco bark for poor circulation, boils. They even use it for syphilis and cancer. And that's in South America. In Europe, they use pau d'arco bark for lupus, diabetes, ulcers, leukemia, allergies, liver's disease, Hodgkin's disease, osteomyelitis, Parkinson's disease, psoriasis, candida, and yeast infections. And here's a complete report about pau d'arco bark. There's another link to a complete report about it, because it's an incredible herb. And so about 40 years ago, I started bringing it into America, and we made a tea out of it. People didn't like it because it was too bitter. So I sweetened it up with some stevia and cinnamon and raspberry and ginger and orange, and people liked it then. But there are some people who'd rather have a plain tea rather than, a tea that has a lot of flavor and spice. So you have the option. But anyway, that pau d'arco bark is valuable when there's high blood pressure. And garlic. And it goes on to talk about hawthorn berry and the value of hawthorn berry, the value of garlic in high blood pressure. And there's a high blood pressure combination. And when you click on it, it takes you over to where you can look at it, you can order it, because you can't buy anything on the information website. 2 websites, herbalhealthreview.com and betterhealthherbs.com. Herbalhealthreview.com is all the information that betterhealthherbs.com can't say. The FDA objected. A federal judge told them, no, you can't close it down. They still to this day are furious, and because this is the only website with all this information, and the FDA can't do anything about it because a federal judge told them to leave it alone and to leave me alone. And they just shook their head. They could not believe that they lost, but the Most High was my attorney. I didn't have one. I couldn't afford one because I don't have any money. Because I'm a minister and I help people. And I help people to a fault. I help people day and night, and when they can't give me a donation, I help them anyway. So I'm working for I work about 200 hours a month, 50 hours a week. I make about $300 in donations. That's about $1.50 an hour is what I make to do what I do. And that's the way it goes. So I just ask for donations, and when people can't give me one, I help them anyway. Like I say, that's what I do. So, but please, if you can make a donation, please do that. And you can on that herbalhealthreview.com. When you're looking at these common condition reports, you'll see a button over here up on the top on the right-hand side, and it'll say donate. Please click on that donate button and please donate. But we're talking about high blood pressure and how to get rid of it. There's all these things. There's besides the Pau de Arco bark and a high blood pressure combination formula that's called a BP Care. And that BP Care formula, now I'm looking at that on the screen, it's like $11.88 an ounce, and a little 2-ounce bottle. It'll start working on that blood pressure real good, about 30 drops 3 times a day. It has black cohosh, blue cohosh, yarrow root, hyssop leaf, wild cherry bark, garlic root in it, and that works pretty good on those on that high blood pressure. So that's a group of herbs that have historically and traditionally are used when there's high blood pressure. Are we claiming cures? No, we're not. We're claiming that these are the herbs that are historically and traditionally used. Coenzyme Q10, let's get that coenzyme Q10 up to about 100 milligrams 2 or 3 times a day. So you're getting 200 or 300 milligrams of CoQ10 because it's an antioxidant and vitamin E, and similar to vitamin E. And CoQ10 plays a crucial role in the generation of cellular energy, so you're going to have more energy. And it's a significant immunologic stimulant. It increases circulation. CoQ10 has anti-aging effects, and it is beneficial for the cardiovascular system. It's going to make that heart happy. And hawthornberry is one of the most valuable herbs for the heart, and we've talked about it over and over again. You heard me mention it about 6 times so far, because it's going to be for that heart. It's for the circulation. It's going to help with insomnia, and especially if it's of a nervous origin. And so coenzyme Q10, and Doc Miles mentioned omega-3 fatty acids because they provide optimal levels of vital and essential omega-3 EPA, DHEA to bring you vibrant health and energy. So that's listed here. And the amino acids and glucomannan and a heart formula. And if you need it to bring, if there's the nerves are involved and in stress, here's a nerve formula so that you can stand more stress. Here's a circulation formula to increase circulation. There's hyssop, which is part of the high blood pressure formula because it helps to reduce high blood pressure. There's that colon and liver cleansing liquid because when you work on the liver and you make when you clean the blood and you're cleaning up the digestive tract, and you're working on the liver, and you're supporting the liver, and you're cleaning the liver out, and you're helping and nourishing that liver, all of a sudden, and you're regulating those bowel movements so that every bowel movement is so soft, it breaks up in a cloud. Then you are really keeping the sewer system of the body clean. The blood pressure goes down. You're using that Truman special fiber with bentonite clay because then that's soothing the bowel, the digestive tract, and it's absorbing all the bad things you're getting rid of, so you don't even get a headache, you don't get a tummy ache, nothing. You just all of a sudden are in charge of cleansing, detoxifying, and adding all these kinds of nutrients. And by the time you do that, and make sure you're taking lots of vitamin C and zinc and B vitamins and those calcium and magnesium, well, I don't see how you can have high blood pressure if you do some of those kinds of things. And what you do, you don't have to do them all. No, you don't have to do everything, but what you need to do is everything you need. You need to start applying pressure on the problem. It's been overwhelming you. Well, it's time for you to start using these nutrients. And when you start adding more and more and more, let's see how long it takes for it to finally just no more high blood pressure. And a lot of times that high blood pressure is having a great deal to do with the kidneys. And we mentioned that a couple of broadcasts ago, and we went to it in detail and how to work with the kidneys to get rid of high blood pressure by working with the high blood pressure system there, working with the kidneys and doing some kidney detoxification. You see, because when we're working on the liver and the kidneys and getting everything off, these are the power plants of the body. I mean, these are the power plants. The kidneys are detoxifying everything and trying to, and a lot of times they can't, they're having a tough time. So it's a problem. So that's it. I wanted to. Did that answer your question, caller who wanted to know about high blood pressure? You can open your mic by pressing it 2 times. By pressing the star key 2 times opens your microphone.